All right, welcome back to the best of the good life. Now, today we are very fortunate enough to have a conversation with a young entrepreneur who is busy shaping up this economic standard that we're living in. This young man is busy providing employment and is busy, making sure that he's solving cash problems for each and everybody that approaches him. He is a big man. He is a CEO of his own company called Jonakee Holdings Limited. Now, it is an integral and registered company that lends money to people. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the man himself, Jonan. I will not try to pronounce your other name because I will struggle.
Kandwanaho is
the whole night trying to rehearse that name, but I failed. What's the pronunciation of your name?
Kandwanaho, Jonan.
Kandwanaho?
Yes.
What does it mean?
God fought for me.
God fought for you?
Yes, I must have given trouble to my mom. So it was only by God's grace that she gave birth to me.
Oh, wow. Tell me more about the coup d'etat. I was about to introduce you as the coup d'etat man.
No coup d'etat.
You've always been rebellious, as a person in character.
Not as much,
Yeah.
but the key thing I've always looked forward to is that I liked order.
Okay.
And I only saw a bit of order in army.
Yes.
So that's why I started the group.
Why did you enroll? Why did you end up in the army?
At the end of the day, I have my uncle who is in the army.
Okay.
He sat us down. I think it's my O levels. Told us never, ever, ever join the army.
Oh, why?
I don't know what he had encountered in the trainings and all, but somehow he didn't like the army so much, and yet he was a soldier.
Okay.
So it's from that I started shifting my mind. But if it wasn't for that, I would be a soldier boss.
And guess what? Me and you sort of have a similarity in history. So my father was in the army.
Wow.
Unfortunately, also passed. Have you ever heard of the name Drago? Does the name Drago ring a bell to you?
Sounds familiar.
Lieutenant Colonel Drago.
I've heard of that name.
He was a strong man in the army.
Wow.
But unfortunately, he died in '96. And yeah. But
Interesting.
man, I'm excited to have you.
Pleasure, my pleasure.
Unfortunately, we're going to go in the midst of this. Yo.
I appreciate it.
So,
appreciate.
you are professionally, you are a chemist.
That's right.
So how do you end up in this kind of field of lending money and solving cash problems?
So it so happens that I finished my university. So I done internship at UNBS, Uganda National Bureau of Standards,
Okay.
a government institution.
Yeah.
Because my background is chemical engineering, chemistry. So I was in the chemistry lab. But you see, the interesting bit is that for government, when you're transitioning from one financial year to the other, people tend to struggle because salaries delay. But then I was doing internship, like after completing my bachelor's, volunteering, working for free. So it so happens that there was a gap. So one of my workmates, when we were transitioning from one financial year to the other, one of my workmates tells me, Jonan, I'm a little stuck. I need a little cash to help me move till my salaries come through. I'm like, you know what? I can help you because previously at the university, I was doing a bit of trading.
Okay.
I've always liked business.
Which kind of trading? Is it online?
No, it was actually physical. When students start university, midway semester, they become broke.
Okay.
The electronics that they bought at probably 600,000, 1 million, you find someone is selling it at 500,000. Something that he bought probably 1.5 is selling at probably 800,000. So what I would do is that they used to advertise. Then we didn't have the GGs, the OLX, the whatever, all the social media, Facebook. So it's not a long time ago, but somehow we didn't have the smartphones and all that like they are right now. So I'd go to halls of residence. Livingstone, Mitchell, Sibira, on noteboards, we'd see people sticking there hoofers for sale, mobile phones for sale,
So you
laptops for sale. Yes. So I had my friend at E-Tower, Kampa Road. So I'd go buy them at 800,000. You come and sell the item at probably 1.2 million. And you tell this guy who is the owner of the shop, my friend Ronnie, say, you know what, get your cut, I get my cut. So I have to have some bit of monies through those tradings. I even used to buy some cows from such. So somehow, when you're working with people, they notice that you always have liquidity. Because sometimes I would buy them lunch. Once in a while, buy a friend lunch or something. So person notices, says, Jonan, I'm now stuck. We're transitioning, but my salary is going to come, start of the other financial year. I'm like, yes, I can help you, but you're going to put little interest. Because then I even used to read a number of books, so I had exposure to business and monies here and there. I said, no, I can give you the 200,000 that you want, but just add small interest. She said, no, that's how much? I said, no, just add 40,000 only. Like, what is 40,000? Man, these are guys who are earning probably 2.5 million, 3 million. I was serious money. And lo and behold, I gave the guy the 200,000. And of course, they paid after about 5 days because to the new financial year, they take a week or 2 weeks. And before I knew it, this guy goes and tells other guys that, look, if you're stuck with any financial challenge, that boy has a solution for you. And before I knew it, I got an overwhelming number of demand from workmates who wanted some monies. And I was charging them some interest. So it reached a moment when I could not even satisfy the demand because I didn't have so much money. So my head thought very fast, where can you get the money? Where can you get the money?
That's capital.
That's capital.
Yes.
So I said, you know what? I had a husband to one of my cousins. They had a microfinance, Friends Capital Finance. It was in Kamocha. So I'd go borrow from them at 12%, come and lend this side at 20%. So I was making a cut of 8%.
Yes.
And that's how I used to get capital, to get money, to get liquid. Because whoever gets stuck, borrow, lend, and then when they pay back, I pay back. I get my cut.
That's excellent.
And that's how Jonakee was.
Later on, I'm going to ask you how you get that business acumen, from. Is it papa or mama? But that's very interesting. So, Jonan,
yes.
This is it. I told you we're going to get straight into the midst of this.
Yes.
So a lot of money lenders are so infamous of so many things, including the Disappearance Act.
I actually heard about that act from you.
You're laughing, but it's there.
I heard about that act from you.
So when they lend you money, especially the big sums of money, once somebody comes to riches to return the money, the person who lended them that money is disappeared. So that they get them astray and they get them to default. And then once they do, they come and maybe perhaps they take the revelage, or which is
the collateral.
If it's a building, they take the building. If it's land, man. First of all, tell me, how do you guarantee your credibility to your clients as a company of Jonakee? Yeah? And who monitors you and who supervises you? Let's take it from there.
I thank you. Yes, how do we guarantee our credibility? Yes. First of all, at Jonakee, we don't focus majorly on whether you have collateral. Because you see, ultimately what matters is not the collateral. The car that you have, the land title that you have. You could have the land title that is worth 500 million, and you only want 50 million or 100 million. And probably at Jonakee may not give you. Okay. If your cash flows are not good. Because the game changer is the cash flows. If you do not have an active bank account with good inflows of cash, then we doubt your ability to pay back. Okay. That even if you have a collateral, it cannot pay back. A collateral only pays back if it is going to be foreclosed on, which is not the intention of the lender, which should not be the intention of the lender, which is not the intention of Jonakee. So as we're lending to the clients, it's not that we want them to fail so that we can possess their collateral. We want them to be able to pay so that they are in business, we are also in business.
How about the Disappearance Act?
I actually heard about that act from you.
Yes.
But I've never heard about it. Okay. That someone comes, reaches the time for payment, end of month probably, and the owner of the business or the lender disappears. But we have a regulator.
Okay.
Regulator is Uganda Microfinance Regulatory Authority.
That's UMRA.
Yeah, that's UMRA.
Okay.
But also realize that we have Money Lenders Act of 2018 and the regulations. So it means that the industry is regulated. In the act, it actually provides that in the event that you want to pay me, and I apply the Disappearance Act, which I've heard from you, you have the audacity to do two things. Okay. One, you have a choice of taking this money to UMRA. Say, look, I've come to pay Jonakee, but somehow he has disappeared. He doesn't want to receive the money. He wants me to default so that he can take my collateral. I don't know what his interest is. But also two, then you give them the money. You sign somewhere, you deposit the money with them. But also two, you have the audacity of banking that money on his account, because ideally when you're applying for a loan,
be with the proof.
And be with the proof of payment. That look, he gave me this loan on this date, but he has disappeared. So now I've banked the money on his company account. Which company gave me the money? Or his personal account, or his mobile phone, based on the amount of money. So if you don't have the accounts, if you don't have their personal accounts even, you go and deposit the money with UMRA. It's what the law requires. So I heard about the Disappearance Act, but now with the event of the law and the regulator, things have changed a lot.
Jonan, when it comes to especially lending money online, people are being frustrated and people are being exploited at the same time. People don't want to. At the end of the day, first of all, they set very high interest rates. Like somebody borrows 500, but they're required to bring 500 on top and even an addition of that. So tell me, I've seen your website, right?
Yeah.
It's a very excellent website. How are you making sure that this frustration doesn't come to a client as Jonakee Holdings Limited?
First of all, if a client comes for money and we're going to lend to them, the key question that we ask ourselves is that, does this person qualify for the money? Because one of the things that cause defaults is inability of the client to afford the loan. And that means it's a fault of the company that didn't assess the client properly. So by assessing the client and making sure that you qualify for the money, I'm doing them a service. As a matter of fact, there are some clients that you have denied loans and it is to their favor. Why? Because had we given them the money, would have foreclosed on their collateral, which is a wrong thing. Because look, you have a collateral worth 500 million, we only give you 100 million. And because you fail to pay, you probably may foreclose at 300 million and give you the 200 million and recover our monies, which is a bad thing on your side. So a key thing that we look at is that it is our intention, it is our responsibility to make sure that the client pays by assessing them properly. So the loan is bad at the point of dispatch. Okay. But also two, we are after building relationships. Okay. Because if I'm going to lend to you at 20% for Christ's sake, if they gave that money to me, would I be able to pay that? Would I be able to, where are you going to invest it? Which business is going to give you that return? So we put ourselves in that client's shoes. Can you pay that money yourself? So at Jonakee, we look forward to building relationships. I've seen clients that we've started with, the guy comes to borrow 1 million. We grow with him to 5 million. And now the guy can afford 10 million. He even stretches to 50 million. You've literally walked the journey with this guy. You've walked every bit, every minute with this guy. You have grown with their business. So you can imagine if I have suffocated this guy at the point of start, at the 1 million, they wouldn't be able to step up or to grow to afford a facility of 50 million.
Well, Jonan says all the right words, but we shall see, we shall see. At the end of the day, everybody wants to borrow money, but the question is, who has the credibility and how do Jonakee vet that person to borrow money? Now, the financial service and all that talk is coming back after this break. Don't move an inch. Please, stay with us.